the Delta, way out on that farmer's road. Now you know I'm leaving Chicago.
What makes a great blues record? Is it great musicianship? Is it great songwriting? You know, what is that intangible it that makes for a great blues record? Is it a real sense of soul, of honesty? So here's the thing for me in blues. Blues is a formula. That's why, you know, every music student will learn 12-bar blues. And you sing the song. You know, people have jokes about country music. You know, it's basically, my wife done left me, I lost my job, and my pickup truck don't work no more. And in the blues, it's, my woman done left me, I can't find no work, and all I got is my guitar. This album, Folk Singer by Muddy Waters, is considered one of the penultimate blues albums of all time. And it stands kind of alone in that it really harkens back to the beginning of Delta blues, of New Orleans blues, of that Southern blues tradition, in that there's no amplified instruments in the recording. By 1963, most blues stuff was done on electric guitar. There is not an electric instrument to be found on this recording. Now, the other thing that so stands out and needs to be pointed out in this recording is that not only is it's a Muddy Waters record, but it also has Buddy Guy providing guitars, Willie Dixon on the bass, and Clifton James on the drums, and all these men were high quality, highly sought out musicians, each in their own right. And for the four of them to come together in September of 1963 to record a traditional blues record, I invented quotation fingers, or so I think. Thank you for that, Mike Myers. This recording, or this release, was done by Chess Records and reissued in 1999. And here's the thing. I'm not the best person, and I'm certainly not the most qualified to review the blues. As I already said, the blues is a formula, and you know, it's 12-bar blues. You do 12 bars, and then you go into the next 12 bars, and you go back to the original 12 bars, and you go to the next. And while I'm not saying that any other music that I enjoy is any less formulaic than the blues, for my ears, I find the blues formula oftentimes hard to enjoy because it's just so predictable, both musically and, for the most part, lyrically. So this album stands out for me, though, and please take this with a grain of salt. This album sounds fantastic. The original recording, especially on a good 180-gram LP pressing, and certainly the reissue done in 1999, where they cleaned up the tapes a little bit, and then added a few tracks that weren't on the original recording, that were recorded a year later with a different lineup. Willie Dixon again is on bass on those, but you've got Otis Spann on the piano, James Pee Wee Madison on guitar, and S.P. Leary on drums this time for the bonus tracks that are on here. So the original 9 tracks that first appeared on this album are the blues. And again, you've got 2 tracks recorded in 1964, and another 3 tracks recorded again in October of '64 with yet another lineup, this time adding a tenor sax, clarinet, and harmonica. This album is almost the perfect album to take with you to a stereo store to audition speakers, because it does contain such fantastic dynamics, and you know, if a speaker can handle the upright bass recorded on this album and reproduce it faithfully, then you know you've got a good speaker. So while I can't necessarily, as a music fan, say that Muddy Waters' Folk Singer is a great album, it is a great album. And if you want to dabble in the blues, I do recommend it quite highly. But it is the blues. But one thing about it is that it isn't typical to what you hear from the blues, although it is typical. It sounds confusing, I know, but when you take into account the lack of electrified instruments and the pure soulfulness of the songs being performed, it's hard not to enjoy it. So, Muddy Waters, Folk Singer, 1999 Chess Records reissue. Won't be hard to find. I do recommend it highly. And again, if you have a quality hi-fi system, you should definitely pick up the 180 gram LP pressing of this. There's any number of places, especially online, where you can get it. Go out, discover new music. Never stop listening. Never stop expanding your horizons musically. Like, share, subscribe. Tell me what your favorite blues record is, and I will take those into considerations. I'm also a big fan of On the Waterfront by... Oh, that's going to bug me now. Oh, not Buddy Guy, not Otis. Well, never mind. On the Waterfront. It's going to bug me. Someone please let me know what album was recorded by who recorded On the Waterfront from the mid 90s, early 90s. John Lee Hooker. John Lee Hooker, On the Waterfront. Really great record. All right. Mwah. Thank you for watching. Tell your friends about this guy that won't shut up sometimes. And check out makeshiftmade.com. That's my band's website. And I'm available at dspeaksshifty at twitter.com. We'll see you another day.